2 seasons ago. And there we go. The game is ready up, and we are going live here with Finch on. Actually, it is the knife round. There is a knife round, so we're gonna see ahead here who wins this knife round, and then we'll pick which side. All 5 players from both teams rushing towards mid to knife each other. Then there's going to be a little bit of gangbang here down below vents. So 3 of the players are going to go down. It's now a 3v1 in Nova Falls, and it is TTP's favor. So they get to choose what side they start on. Joe, what do you think they're going to go for?
I really think they're going to go for a CT side start, because I just think this map is definitely more favored to the CT side. They might want to start off strong.
All right, that is confirmed. It is a start on the T side for Finch eSports and a CT side for TTP as we go live here in the first round, the first pistol round.
I'll also say a quick thank you to Duffy in the chat for reminding me that the game was set for Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, not Counter-Strike. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for looking out for the shoutcast. Figured I'd just throw that in there real quick.
The only investment so far on TTP's side is 2 decoy grenades and 1 P250, and on the other hand of Finch's side, it's 2 smokes, a Molotov, and a flashbang, and a P250. So it's gonna be very interesting where we go as they are stacked up towards the A site.
Definitely a smart play, because I know definitely if the T side gets control of A site, it is very difficult to take back. So it is smart that they have more people on A.
Oh, they're gonna. TTP is going to push in the main, and they're going to get punished for it as 2 players fall, 3 players fall now. Now it's a 4v2 in favor of Finch eSports as 3 players are stacked towards B. 1 is still main, and Scouts now going to rotate around as one of TTT's players is still underneath forklift in a fight with Robles. Robles comes up on top with a headshot, and the last player is going to be stacked towards Truck.
A 1v4 situation is going to be very difficult now that they have control of A side, but we have Scouts going down without a fight, picking up a quick trip, all headshots. Definitely showing he's not going down without a fight, and he is here to compete.
And he's just going to run away now. He's going to save that armor that he bought, put a little bit of investment in as Finch Robles is going to actually go and fight and find him. Well, he survived though. He does survive with that armor and the health.
Definitely very similar appearances from both Robles and I believe it was Nova? Oh no, Oblis. Both teams fighting for that 4K right there.
Yeah. So Robles pulls out ahead with that 4K. Nova fighting 1.
We got, for Finch eSports at least, now using that win to their advantage, going with 2 full buys and then 3 SMGs. Definitely trying to keep their money.
Yeah, the two rifles and then 2 MAC-10s and an MP5. Interesting, and then there's little to no investment. There's a P250, a flashbang, and a smoke on Scouts, and he already threw that out. And Awful Cakes is gonna fall. 1 player sitting headshot. That's CKD. Izzy's gonna get flashed in, but he's gonna fall to CKD. Team flash there, doing a little bit more damage than realizing.
That's definitely one thing from last game, was a lot of the team damage Finch eSports was applying to themselves. Definitely hurt them in the long run.
Yep, 1 player's going to be sitting there. Zesty's going to find him. He's going to go for the plane for the bomb, but he does not realize because the site is clear now. They're going to go back and clear the site. And the round will go to Finch eSports. There's going to be another full investment here from Finch. And a full investment on the other side from the CT side of TTB.
They're gonna have to two buy eco rounds back to back. Definitely gonna hurt them.
But just look at the grenades compared to TTB's side. They're already half spent, and Finch just has such a strong grenades. Grenades in this game are so important. But that HE they're gonna throw, they're gonna do a little bit of damage.
It's definitely the turning point when you try to get to that next skill level.
Oh, B-Love gonna find Danibus there on top of Boost. He's also gonna find Izzy. Both are gonna fall, and now looks like Bomb is gonna go rotate towards A site as 3 players from there are gonna rotate. That was an interesting grenade by Zest there. Both teams right now not very effective with their flashbangs or their grenades, but 1 player with Scouts is now towards locker of A main as it looks like they're just gonna play slow in mid. And Robles is over there in checkers. He's gonna fall down to Raw Cakes. He's gonna Molotov Highway and they'll work their way towards B, but right now they have CKD. CKD is going to find both of them as he was hiding in back checkers. It's going to be the first round for TTB.
Definitely, TTB did a very good controlling Finch eSports, really limiting their avenues to go down to try to get the edge on them. So definitely very good defense by them.
Yeah, as far as they found those first 2 picks on top of Boost, it was hard for Finch to dig themselves out of that hole. I don't think they got maybe 1 kill on the round. If anything, I actually don't think they found any. Now I'm thinking about it, but they're going to be stacked up towards A. It's going to be a half buy, 2 AKs, 2 Deagles, and a Tech 9. Little utility. But only 2 players towards A site, 1 sitting on truck. So now technically there are 3 players, but one's going to be pushing close to the smoke of A main. He spots Izzy. Izzy's going to get a little bit tagged there from the pre-fire through the smoke from scouts. Rob was sitting in Squeaky. 3 players
definitely
still.
At a very interesting standstill right now. Going to see who's going to make the opening move.
Popeyes going to come in here. They're going to. Finch is going to try and take the site. One's going to fall down on the forklift, but Robles is going to find Stuffs. He's going to fall to scouts as well. 3v2 on site. Now it is a 2v2. 1 player sitting on top of the E-box on highway. Nova's going to go ahead and get the plant down. Good safe plant. Izzy's going to. They're both stacked up here. 1 grenade could end this round for Finch. Oh, he's going to find Raffle Kings. Nova's going to find him. Scouts is the last one on A main. Both players are still incredibly low. Izzy's going to pull that out. I honestly did not expect him to pull that round out.
Me neither. It was just the whole, all the grouping, all the bunching up. It was really saying that 1 nade could indefinitely end them. But no, it definitely ended up working for Finch.
Finch is going to go ahead and here pull out a 3rd round. Very, very good last round. That was pretty much a force buy to try and put them back on an eco, which it did. It did put them back on an eco. Now they're going to be 4 P250s and a Deagle.
Against a full squad of AKs and their own handful of nades.
Yep. But 3 players are going to be stacked towards A site for the CTs. 2 on B site, both are actually on site itself. And it looks like they're going to group up towards vents now, and they're going to push towards B. They really got to be good, have a good job. Nova's going to fall to Rothcake sitting on site. The other one's is also still on site. Flash is going to come in, and he's going to find 2. Finch might actually end up, this round might fall. Just got to throw the bomb back there to Danibus. Danibus is going to try to sneak his way to A site.
Very an interesting play. That's not something I would have expected to happen.
But who's that in Z? Stuffs is in Z right now, Z connector. And one of them is in mid. Zesty is gonna find B-Love as they're actually gonna call for the rotate back to A. As Scouts is gonna go for that. He's gonna grenade main. He's gonna do a little bit of Danibus. Zesty's gonna find Scouts. They really have to get this bomb down right now. Zesty's gonna find another one. Another one's gonna be truck. 1 on site. Danibus gonna find Rothcakes. Last one is CKD, the man who got 2 kills on B side with that Deagle. His aim is impeccable. Both players for Finch low. Can he do it?
Oh, he does.
Wow, he pulls out his stuff. He pulls out the aim. Nice spray control from Zesty onto Rob, or who was the last one? Was Danibus.
Indeed.
And he's gonna have time to defuse the bomb. And that's gonna find TTB the 2nd round and potentially reset Finch.
That was definitely huge for TTB, going off a lot of eco rounds to start off and being able to hold their ground against a full squad of AKs and plentiful nades. Definitely have a game on our hands.
We're gonna get a timeout right here from possibly Finch eSports as they try to reassess their money. As you can see, Deneb has already bought, but we're going to see what's going to actually go behind as he buys a P250. It might just be partial eco from Finch. I think Deneb has just jumped the gun a little bit too much.
I mean, it does happen when you get into the zone. You get all bloodlust and everything like that, you know. Something that just goes to your head, and then you just end up not thinking straight. I know I've been guilty of that in several CSGO matches.
Yeah, but actually Rob was here going to go for the full save, so he can probably drop Danibus over a gun next round. Oh, nope, Danibus is going to buy as well. They're actually going to force buy here and see if they can't, once again, reset TTB's economy, because that's really, really easy to do on the CT side, and it's really important for the T's to do so.
TTB, it looks like they're doing a full mid/B push, which is interesting, something different than we have seen this match. Looks like Bomb's going to go to A. Like, Finch exactly knows how they're going to approach this yet.
Yeah, it looks like there's 3 players stacked towards mid, one pushing now back onto A side, one's from... He's actually pushed really close to vents. Zesty's going to find Roth Cakes on Z. Danibus is going to find B-Love. This might open up things for... Nova's going to find Stuffs. This has opened up the door open wide for Finch to push onto any of the sites. Robles is going to find CKD. Last one alive is Scouts with the op on A site. He's going to jump up on top of E-Box. He's going to miss his shots, but he's not going to get tagged at all. Izzy's going to fall.
Earlier at that point, that was just a standard cat and mouse game where you just buy as much time as possible for your teammates, and then the target gets surrounded very hard.
Yeah, he definitely did. They have one player pushing from truck and one player pushing from A main. Was kind of disappointed to see Izzy fall, but he only had a pistol, so it wasn't really much money lost there.
Pistol guns and op, definitely a tough position to keep up with.
Danibus has the op in his hand, as usually goes across to Nova, but
we actually have a completely different game plan now from TTB instead of mainly focusing on
full ZZs.
Exactly. They definitely...
Stuff's gonna find Izzy, but Rob was gonna find CKD. One player is actually, I think, in vents. Oh no, Rolf Cakes is on top of the boxes there on B main. 2 players still stacked towards A. Stuffs and Scouts with the pistol and the AK. But Stuff has no armor. And 3 HP, he's going to fall to Danibus. Danibus is just going to get the pre-fire straight through there. Robles is going to find Rolf Cakes. Last one is on A site. Danibus is just going to try and hold him off. He tags him through the box. He gets him once. He sees him again.
Shots.
He gets him. What a play from Danibus. That was absolutely stunning.
Danibus right now, it just looks like he's just in the right frame of mind. You know, his room's all nice and warm. He's in the right position. He's got the right snacks next to him. And he just looks like that his aim is just going to be on point this game, which definitely be interesting to see how TTB responds.
TTB going to be on another eco again, once again, Finch did reset their economy 2 rounds ago. They're going to have to save one more to be able to buy in the next round. So looks going to be a push towards A. Zesty's going to find one with the AUG. Ralph Cake's going to find Robles, though, in B main. Looks 3 players pushing to B main. Zesty's going to find another one. Nova's going to find one on B site. Or on A site. Danibus is going to find another one in the back. And last one, CKD. He's going to be in Z connector in mid. They know where he is. He's just tagged Danibus, though, with that grenade. CKD is going to find Danibus. He has that op. He has the potential to get the op, but Izzy's going to be there. And he's going to fall to ZKD as well.
Definitely
CKD now have the op. Zesty just making noise to potentially get Nova. Nova's going to find him and going to steal the op back for Finch. Finch goes on and wins its 6th round.
So that'll be interesting. 2 rounds in a row. We've seen the same similar strategy of the cat and mouse. We're trying to surround the target. That one actually right there almost backfired for Finch.
It did. Nova, that round almost went down the drain. If they would have found maybe one more, I think they would have called in the save for Finch. Finch would have pulled back and stopped hunting, but they kept going for it. Now there's going to be another buy round from TTB.
We got another. It seems interesting for TTB at least on their CT side. They definitely have kept mixing it up. Like every couple rounds, they go back to a similar strategy that they've used. Because right now we got most people by B/main right now. So.
Yep. There you have 3 people towards, or you have 3 people in mid, 1 on B. I wonder if they're just gonna get a late boost here. Stanibus is looking to go up. There's gonna be a guy on a counter. Oh, Scouts is gonna find him though. Zest is gonna find Scouts in turn though.
Nice little trade, keeping it even 4-4. Although Zest is definitely much weaker than CK.
He is very low. Oh, he's got tagged Rolf Cakes and CKD playing Robles and Izzy. Zest finds one on MBK. Does he know there's guy truck? He's gonna check truck slowly. He's gonna find Rolf Cakes there. Bomb is towards A, and that's a 1v2. All players low, below 50 HP. CKD is gonna be pushing mid, but Nova's gonna be ready for that, and he's gonna find him. And Finch is gonna win on its 7th round.
Yeah, definitely one thing I think might be worth mentioning is it seems like TTB, they get into good positions, but it just seems like maybe it's just something as simple as the shots aren't hitting, or it's just Finch eSports can just read what TTB is going to do and how to react to them.
Indeed, they are doing some interesting strategies here. CKD is going to find Zest. They always find a few frags in the beginning, and then it just goes downhill for there. As esea, Danibus, and then nice trade there by B-Love onto Danibus. Bravo's going to find Rolf Cakes. As it looks like Finch is going to push towards B. Bravo's going to find Scouts as well. He is very low. esea and him are both under 5, or both under 30, with esea being on 27 and Robles being on 5. B-Love has the op in hand. He should, honestly, he's gonna push here. I think he's gonna try and get an exit or two and then maybe just try to run away because he knows both players are low. It's very possible for a retake here. He's just gonna find he's just gotta find Nova, and then honestly he could have the round, but I think he's gonna call back here for the save. He finds Nova.
And he does get Nova.
He's just gonna fall back here with the op. He doesn't want to risk losing it. He almost gets pre-fired there from checkers, actually.
Definitely smart to try to keep the economy. It looks like he's trying to get a little sneaky, but now it just looks like he's just gonna play the waiting game, see if anyone wants to.
esea there trying to pre-fire him. He knows esea is low. esea gonna survive with 26 HP and Robles with 2. He's gonna check. esea finds B-Love right there at the end. That's gonna hurt them going into the next round. They're not gonna have an op now. Unless CKD buys one and drops it over.
That is like ripping a Band-Aid off.
Looks like
right
Scouts
there.
buy one. Scouts bought one. This could hurt them again if they end up. This could really hurt TTB again if Finch resets them again. That will be another round in Finch's favor. There's going to be, again, 3 stacked towards mid. Stuff is going to find Danibus there in mid. This is 3rd kill of the game, I think. Yeah, Stuff's 3rd kill.
Very condensed right now for Finch eSports. They definitely want to try to take this B push, but unfortunately, this seems like they are countered with just as many TTB members, really keeping them trapped right now.
Yeah, they're just kind of spread over towards B. Bomb's going to go back towards mid. Just trying to figure them out. They have B-Love there in vents. He's just watching for this checkers push from Robles. But Robles here, I think, is just going to be playing a little bit of a lurker. He's going to try and get a pick and see if he can't open up the A site for Finch. Smoke goes out to actually trap him there. He can jump back if he really wants to, but I don't think he's going to. Grenade does 4 damage. B-Love now pushed really close to Robles, just on the other side of the wall. Flash is going to come in, he's going to peek him. B-Love's going to find Robles and is going to go call for the rotate here. So they know now there's really no. Scouts is going to find Nova. He might have spotted the bomb, and the rotate's going to come out here from B.
Finch definitely has a big move right now, as with only 26 seconds left. And now TTB knows their game plan can be very difficult, but not impossible.
As he finds one, as Zesty finds one onto Stuffs. The op's going to peek wide, and Scouts is going to get punished for it. And he cannot find Rolf Cakes as TTB wins its 3rd round. It is now 8-3 in favor of Finch.
And I'll just say really quickly, as a quick mid-round intermission, we'll say thank you to Techno Jen for the follow. Appreciate the support, homie. Glad that you are enjoying the shoutcast with everyone else. And we can see a little bit of support from Techno in favor of Finch eSports. We got one fan from Finch here.
Another buy round coming out for Finch eSports as they have a ton of money. 3K on 3.9K on iZest. Oh, look at that team kill.
Friendly fire.
That's another one down there too.
That is painful.
Oh, that is painful to watch.
You hate to see it, folks.
Robles. Oh, that's just a lot of trading right now. Bomb's stuck on the B site, but they have the B site. He's gonna get Molotov'd out there. He's gonna be forced to plant. He's gonna be forced to plant in a Molotov. Is he gonna fall to the Molotov? Robles is gonna die to B-Love after a really, really good flash from TTB. And they're gonna get the round here, and it's gonna be 8-4.
I would say it was definitely an interesting move. Definitely something creative, laying down the smoke, and then everybody goes crouching in and just sprays their AKs. Maybe not the best decision, as it did end in a unfortunate team kill. but definitely something to keep TTB on their toes. Finch showing that they're not afraid to play risky.
Indeed, I think it's just gonna be a forced buy here from Finch, as the money is a little tight now. They really need to get these wins back on top, but we have 4 AKs and a Galil and pretty decent grenade utility. But TTB now starting to build up their economy in turn from for the last 3 wins, 2 wins, last 2 wins, round wins. Yeah, they're starting to build up their economy more.
It's definitely been like almost like a seesaw right now. Definitely Finch has won a lot more consecutive rounds, but it seems like as soon as Finch gets on a little bit of a round streak, TTB is there to retaliate. So that'll be interesting to see if TTB ends up overtaking.
Robles gonna find the first frag here onto CKD. Robles is also gonna find the second one on the Stuffs. He's pushing up highway. Nova's gonna find another one on the Roth Cakes. Robles is gonna find his third onto B-Love. Last one is Scouts. He's gonna find Robles though. The man who did so much damage to them in the round. Is he gonna get? They're gonna get aggressive here. They're playing.
It seems like Scouts is retaliating though. He's showing that he can get just as aggressive.
Yep, he just flashes himself in there, but Nova's gonna find Scouts there, and the round's gonna go in favor of Finch eSports. Bomb does not go down though. Bomb was rotating towards B. That's actually kind of funny. They had A site, but Bomb's going towards B. Very, very good strong round there from Robles. 3 kills. He found the entry on highway, another one at Toxic, and then a third one on A site.
As we can see right now, we got a very heavy B push again from Finch.
Janibus is gonna find CKD. That's gonna open the site wide up. Rothcake's gonna throw a Molotov down to stop him, but it doesn't really stop the 2 players from getting through. Smoke gonna go down the tree room. Janibus gonna take a little bit of damage from the free fire. B site is now in Finch's hands, as they're gonna get the plant here down on the back of site by Izes.
That would be very interesting to see, because now TTB has been back into the corner on their heels. So all of them pushing from B from CT, so it'll be interesting to see if
Flash goes in, Robles is gonna fall, so this is gonna get the trade back though. Nova's gonna find, oh, that's a lot of killing there. Scouts, and then Zest with a trade again.
Our brains don't work that fast.
My brain does not operate that fast, but it leaves 2 Finch players alive.
We're keeping it real with you guys, alright?
2 Finch players alive. All of the CT's dead, and the round goes in favor of Finch eSports. It is now 10-4, last round and a half. Everybody's got to buy out SMGs, Deagles, whatever you need, but TTB does not have a strong buy. Well,
this first half definitely hasn't been in favor for them.
For sure, that was their pick. They picked CT. CT side was their pick, as Rawful's gonna find Danibus over there with the MP9. He's gonna get upgrade there of the AK. Or did he get the op? No, they found the op, so CKD is gonna get the op. Scouts is gonna fall into Izzy's hands. There's another one. A little bit of team damage again there. Noah's gonna find Stuffs, and Izzy's gonna find CKD. Roth Cakes and B-Love, but both players are still on A site. B-Love is still in Squeaky. He's gonna push out here. He's gonna fall. Zest is gonna get the trade though. 3 players of Finch alive. 1 versus Roth Cakes with an MP9. He's gonna get flashed. He's gonna die, but Izzy's gonna get the trade onto him, and that is half.
Definitely a very dominant half from Finch eSports.
All right, Joe. Enjoy entertaining from the round. I have to take a bathroom break.
Sounds good. I'll be able to recap. First of all, for anyone who is new joining, first of all, welcome to the ESEA shoutcast of Finch eSports versus TTB. Hope you're all having a great night. Thank you for joining us for the show. To sum up basically what's happened for the round, very dominant presence from Finch eSports very on early in the round. Kind of keeping it every like 3-4 rounds was consecutive wins, and then TTB would get an occasional win. Trying to mix it up, but Finch right now has just been was very dominant on T side, just very aggressive, able to hit their shots. And basically just kind of corner, kind of almost like limit the mobility of TTB, which really gives them boost of ego and confidence, and able for them to make those round-winning plays, excuse me.
Oh, perfect timing as the round gets started. I returned.
So now we're going for a very common 3B 2A push, but we got a majority of Finch hanging to A, so it looks like we're gonna have some conflicts up there.
That's actually TTB, I hate to tell you. It's round switched.
Oh,
4 players stacked out through Sugi. They're gonna rush out Sugi. 3 down. Janibus finds 3 kills, but falls to Roth Cakes, and Nova gets the trade onto him. There's only 1 player left, and he is coming from A main very, very late. Nova's gonna get one-tapped by scouts with the P250. But
absolutely bodied.
Three Finch players. Izzy's gonna find him. Good shots by Izzy.
Definitely Finch trying to keep that momentum from the first round. Really trying to see if they can't keep their lead as wide as it is, maybe even wider.
Indeed. Finch here gonna go ahead and one M4, one FAMAS, one MP9, and a buy on neither Izzy nor Nova. But actually, Nova go ahead and buy the P90. I think Izzy's might be having some computer trouble. Or he's AFK or just stunned from that last shot, because that was a really well-placed shot. But in any case,
I definitely would have been taken back from it myself.
Yeah, we only have 4 active members from Finch.
So basically now, TTB has a power play that they do not even know about for all those hockey fans out there. So it'll be interesting to see if they get that sort of vibe that maybe something is up with Izzy, or maybe time will not be in their favor.
Nova's gonna get tagged here a little bit from the guy in mid. It's 4 players now, or 3 players are now toward mid. It's 2 towards white box. He's probably gonna get peeked out wide here. He's gonna back up. Izzy's gonna time out here for reasons unknown. But now they know they can just rush a site with pure numbers. 3 are gonna be stacked up in vents, as that's gonna be a B push.
Ooh, Zest gonna
find TKD. Ramos is also gonna find scouts. Ramos finds 3. Zest finds another. 2 fall on B site. Now B site's wide open. Actually, Nova's still on B. He's gonna jump and find Roth Cakes.
Even with 1 member disconnecting, Finch eSports was not gonna let up on the aggression. Very interesting.
Are we gonna get a timeout here? Yeah, here we go. We got the timeout here from Finch eSports, as they're gonna wait for Izzy to try and reconnect.
I'm honestly surprised that TTB took their good old time trying to make that aggressive play while Finch was down a member.
They didn't really know where Izzy was stacked up. They didn't know if there was 3 players on B and Izzy was stacked up on A, or if Izzy was on B and he was there. They didn't know if he didn't even know if he was AFK or not.
Well, I guess that's very true. I guess that's why I am not a professional player, because I do not have this game sense.
Yeah, they were gonna play it slow until they tried to get a pick, but they were stacked towards B. They faked the mid push. They were trying to force a rotate from B towards mid or towards A, but it did not fool Finch, as 2 players still lurked on B. Everybody stayed in their positions pretty well. And the match is here, still paused, as Izzy here is now returned.
Be interesting to see if this timeout, because I know I've some occasions, I've also been victim of this. Every time there's a timeout, sometimes it completely messes with your flow of the game, because when you're doing it, you're playing around, you get into a flow, you get into a momentum, then you finally take a step back, and when you get back into it, it can really mess up your whole flow. So it'll be interesting to see if that occurs tonight.
Alright, here we go into the 17th round, or actually the 18th round, sorry. We have the first buy for TTB. We have 4 AKs and a decent amount of utility, and Finch here as 2 AUGs, a FAMAS, an M4, and 1 op on Izzy. Izzy sitting towards checkers. Molotov's gonna do a little bit of damage. He's gonna jump back. That nade's gonna do a decent bit of damage to one of their players. Flash comes in. Izzy does not get flash. He tries to flash himself away, but he falls to CKD. Now B site is wide open, but they're just lurking. They really made pressure towards any site. 3 towards A main right now. That Molotov's going to delay their push onto A a little bit, as now Scouts rotates towards A, and it looks like it's going to be an A push, as 4 players are stacked up with Bomb in A main. Danibus here on MBK. Going to be prepared to counter that Molotov, but the Molotov's going to spread. He's at 37 HP. Does a little bit of damage. Flashbang coming out. He's going to fall. Nova's gonna find 1, but Zest is gonna fall down to Roth Cakes. There's only 2 players left. Nova and Robless. Scout's gonna find Nova, as now it is a 2v1. Both all players being low. This could honestly go in either way, as if Robless finds 1 and finds the other in quick succession, it might go in the favor of Finch eSports.
So I'm gonna be interested to see how this plays out. Definitely a slower push that we have seen tonight, but definitely putting Oblast in a very tight situation.
I hate to tell you, there's a bar there. Oblast is going to fall down there to Scouts, who was camping in lockers on A main.
I've been reading this wrong this entire time. I mistake. But a quick intermission. I want to say thank you to Duffy for the Prime subscription. Appreciate that. So happy that you've been enjoying the commentary, my man, and hopefully you've been enjoying the game as well. Thank you again for the support.
Finch here gonna go with the partial buy, and on the other hand, TTB gonna go for that full buy, and they're gonna be just rushing towards A. There's 5 players now, all up in A main, one going towards Squeaky. It's gonna just be a straight A push. Finch gonna be pushed in. He's gonna fall to B Love. Now A side's completely open.
Leaving one man Nova, and he cannot take 4 other guns pointing at him. It's just only so much one man can do.
Smoking the note on Howland. Bomb's gonna slowly go down on planted for A main. Zesty's gonna eat a grenade and just fall to B Love. Dan is the last one alive with a scout. Just can't get anything done. 1 player left on 3 HP on the side of, in the name of Stuffs. If they would have found him, that could have hurt TTB in a big way.
It'll be interesting to see if TTB can do a little bit of what Finch was doing last round, where they were just kept winning round after round after round. So
alright, we're gonna go with another quick push here as 4 players stacked towards 3 players over boost. Rolfkicks finds Izzy. That's an interesting strategy. Nova's gonna fall after doing a little bit of damage, but he's also gonna find Danibus. Now players towards B, Zesty and Robles are actually both towards B. Well, they're gonna get flanked here as one's already up in heaven. Oh, Zesty is very hard to do, but and they're gonna fall without a single kill, and now it's gonna be a buy round for Finch, as it is now 13-7.
I keep having to try to make mental notes. I keep thinking that Finch is still on T side and TTB is on CT side. So I keep trying to make comments, but they're like, wait, that's not correct. Yeah, very
Smoke's gonna go out towards A side. 3 flashes over mid. It's gonna be a straight A push. Danibus is gonna find Stubbs. Molly Zest is gonna find B Love. Zest is gonna find 2 more and then fall to CKD, and Izzy's gonna clean up with the kill on the CKD. Good plays from Zesty there, finding 3 kills.
Incredible recoil control, really keeping his cool through all that chaos.
Yeah, but then it's gonna force. Actually, it's not gonna force. There's gonna be another buy round straight out from TTB.
They do have the money, and they have to get something to get this momentum going in their favor, or else it's going to be a very swift and clean victory for Finch eSports.
Indeed. They're gonna be C's right now. It's pretty spread out across the map. You got 3 stacked towards B and 2 towards, or 3 towards A, 2 towards B. Bomb's still back in T spawn. They're honestly just looking for pits, but Nova's gonna find 2 as he pushes the counter boost from Zesty over mid. He's gonna find 2 in A main. I don't think he spotted Bomb, but Stubbs there sitting back in Squeaky. Just preparing himself for the force of Nova that is to come. 2 players still stacked towards B. Scout's gonna find Robles. And Stuff's gonna find Danibus, but Zest's gonna find CKD, and Scouts is gonna fall to Zesty with the spray through the vents, as last one is now sitting still in Squeaky.
And what's about this is that Finch knows, or at least should know, that the bomb is down. So
I don't think they spotted it yet, so they don't know if it's down. Now he might spot it here. Oh, Zesty spots him, kills him with a nice headshot with the op onto Stuffs. And it's now 15-7 as we go into the final, possibly what could be the final round. As TTB really just has to force buy anything they can get right now to just try and pull this back.
All the marbles right here.
Scouts has nothing, a little utility. Actually, someone drops him over a sawed-off. That interesting play there, and it's just going to be a straight B rush. 5 players all toward in B main, only 1 player from Finch in form of Tree Room, who is Robles with the op. He's going to find 1, but the wave is just going to keep on coming. Smoke's going to come out, flashes. Rolfcake's going to fall to Robles as well. Now it's a 5v3.
Very interesting to see how this one member is able to hold off 5 of the Finch persistence. I don't even know if that's the right word. Probably
yep,
not.
Scouts over here looking with a shotgun towards vents. Rob was still trying to pre-fire through the smoke, but they haven't gotten the bomb. Bomb's gonna finally go down now. As Stuff gets on the site. Nova gets spotted in vents. Flashbang. Janibus is gonna find Vila, but Scouts is gonna find him. Nova's gonna find the trade on the Scouts, and last one alive is Stubbs with yet again 3 HP as he's gonna fall, and that, folks, is the game. Finch eSports.
Best of one right there. Just one simple game. Very, very dominant presence from Finch eSports. Really showing off that aggression and showing that they are willing to play risky.
And folks, that's the game. That's Finch eSports 16, TTB 7, if I remember correctly. So we go ahead here and end the game. So everybody leaves. We're gonna stay here and we're gonna talk about the game a little.
Finch eSports always had a really terrible habit where they would build up like a little bit of confidence, a little bit of streak, but then just kill themselves at the end, per se.
That's a strong word. I would have said they can't. I wouldn't have said they can't finish. I would have said they kill themselves.
Yeah,
they have a habit. They have a habit of getting momentum.
In my head, but then I said it out loud. I'm like, ugh, that's a.
I totally agree with you there. They do have a tendency to
shoot
get
themselves in the foot, basically.
Yeah, they have a tendency to get a lot of momentum, and then honestly, they just shoot themselves in the foot, as you said, and they just can't finish what they started. But honestly, that's not what happened in this game. They got off to a really, really good start. They basically started off running, and they just kept going. Yeah, they did really well there. They got 11 rounds on their T side. Honestly, this match, I don't know why TTB, this map is actually normally leans towards T-sided, but Finch pulling out all their stuff, man. They got 11 rounds really helped them to win that game. TTB could only stop them 4 out of the 15 rounds.
No, it was definitely one thing that I also noticed from, at least on Finch's side, was especially on their T side, they were able to control the flow of movement of TTB, really kind of restricting them from different things that they could do, and especially getting those quick frags in the beginning.
Yep.
Definitely helped.
Totally. All right, let's go ahead here and run through the list. Top frag for Finch eSports. Izes with 23 and only died 13 times. KD 1.77, ADR 100.96. So technically he had 101 ADR that entire game. So that means he would get 1 kill a round. He had a 12% headshot ratio. He had 5 3Ks.
Man, really posting up right there. Definitely really stood his ground. And honestly, just looking at it statistically wise, Finch eSports almost had everybody, granted this is the Call of Duty boy and me coming out, everybody had just about a 1 KD, some people round off to about 1.5, while unfortunately on TTB, just couldn't connect the shots as well, and they actually didn't have anybody. They had two or three people very close to a 1 KD.
They had two. They had Rolf Case with a .94. He finished with 17 and 18. Put 2 players on 17 and 18. Scouts and Rolf Case. They're 2 top fraggers. They couldn't really get it done themselves. As you can see, Stuff's only with 9 kills that entire game. He really lacked. He couldn't pull his stuff together. He only had a 57 ADR. He really couldn't pull his stuff together, and that could have really helped him because they had a really nice kill spread. But Finch just had better stats, and they honestly just played better altogether.
As some people would say, each team is only as strong as its weakest link. So
that is true. Their weakest link was actually none of the Finch players. 2 players tied, Izzy and Danibus, both with 14 kills, but I think Izzy lagged out, which I think affected his stats a little bit. I'm going to say that because when we were watching the game, when he reconnected, he had 0 kills and 2 deaths at the end of the game. I was like, what? So I think it counted up to his last round that he played in, so I think he actually finished a lot better. But Danibus still played really well. He did play like a beast when he had the op in the hand. But honestly, I think Finch eSports just did a better job all around.
I would say one thing that I definitely was not expecting was certain strats on both teams, like the triple stack up to the boost to mid.
Like those counter boosts really helped both teams actually. The I think they've counter boosted maybe 2 or 3 times, and the team that counter boosted usually won the round because they were able to get behind the players in A main if they were pushed towards A. And as you can see, Nova got the double kill on that one round, and it just really just halted TTB's game.
And really just kept them basically on their toes in a sense, because they didn't exactly know what Finch eSports had up their sleeves. So definitely could have made them a little difficult to read, you could say.
Indeed, it did, because really neither team was too aggressive. No team was really too passive. A few rounds they were aggressive, and they got punished for it heavily. They really, any round that TTB was aggressive, it really didn't work for them. All right, Joe, I think our work here is done. If you want to go ahead here and sign out.
Indeed. Want to, first of all, thank you to everybody who showed up for tonight's match. Again, hopefully, as we know, for Techno, Finch did get in the dub, so happy to see the people in the chat for their team came out victorious. Unfortunately, for any TTB fans out there, it was a tough one, but don't worry, there's always next season.
All right, boys, this is gonna be Black Belt Warrior and Summer Carrots signing out, and we'll catch you guys next season.